as they face the Nets in Brooklyn. He's on a 28-minute restriction. Bobby Marks, you were there last night. He would score the first 2 buckets of the game.
Yeah, they made it priority to get in the basket right off the get-go here. 4 points in the first few minutes here. Certainly, I think his ability to pass the ball, too. There you see a layup there, but he had a few assists here. I called it a cardio game. Basically a 26-minute exercise, and nobody got hurt in this game.
The Mavericks had a 14-point lead. Nobody getting hurt, obviously, is the key part. Now let's run the floor a little bit. Spencer Dinwiddie throwing it up. Kai Jones throwing it down. So another look at that. Mavericks up 19 points. Brooklyn, I don't even know how to describe their performance last night.
Listen, they've been competitive before this. Last night, they were not competitive.
Not competitive. Davis would score 12 points, 6 rebounds in 27 minutes. And the Mavericks are going to win at 120-101. Time for our expert review, which is brought to you by Tax Act. What were your thoughts, Bobby, as one who has worked in teams, front offices, and all the rest of that? Just on the principle of, I think a lot of people in America saw that yesterday. Anthony Davis coming back and thought, well, why exactly? What was your reaction?
What people are equating it to is from 2 years ago. Remember when they shut Luka and Kyrie down at the end of the year to jockey themselves to get a lottery pick? I think they're still going to get a lottery pick. I think that's the reality. I think from Anthony Davis, he's looking at it, man, we got 8 guys out there. And if I'm 90% healthy, I'm going to go out there and play, and at least it's a minutes restriction. I don't think he plays tonight, which is against the Knicks here. Yeah. But I think it is good to see him out there. It's funny because, listen, they've been the piñata. I mean, they've been a piñata here. And I think just to have him out there to show this is what we got as part of the trade and this is what it could be for next year. It's not about this year. It's about next year.
Well, there's been so much bad luck. Whatever it is you think of the trade. Well, look, I haven't had you here. Is it too early to say the Lakers won?
Oh, stop. Stop.
Stop what?
Stop. The Lakers won the trade.
The Lakers won the trade.
That's not even a debate. The Lakers won the trade. They got Luka Doncic, 25 years old. The future of the Lakers is secured after LeBron. They won the trade.
All right, so let's go back to that then. You're a longtime former player in the league. I mean, so well known, all that kind of stuff. You still follow very closely everything that's going on. You wake up that Sunday morning and you see that trade has taken. What was your reaction to it?
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
RP is a genius. That's Rob Pelinka is a genius.
I mean, and in this case, he was a genius for just answering the phone. I mean, if we are to believe the way this story is told, right, they just called him up and just said, hey, I'd like to make this trade, and you're the only person I'm talking to about it.
Well, and the beauty of it, too, is, and I'm actually writing an article right now, with basically what the other 28 teams could actually have offered.
Oh.
And?
I mean, there's...
Give me a little sneak peek.
When does it come out?
Right when they play in Los Angeles, April 7th, I think.
Okay.
Listen, there's a list of guys. You can go with, would Boston have offered Jaylen Brown? Would Cleveland have offered Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen? I mean, there's a list of players. They're all hypotheticals here. And I think they set the bar so high last year when they get to an NBA Finals, and then you trade a 25-year-old generational player, and now they're just competing to get into the play-in. I mean, that sets itself. I understand when you on paper how it looks and the mindset. And Nico Harrison said, "Well, look how Cleveland has put their roster together. The 2 bigs, Mobley and Jarrett Allen. This is what we want to do with AD and Derek Lively here." But man, you got to get to that point. You got to be at one of those contending teams, and right now they're not.
So Booze, projecting forward, this year obviously is a total loss, and as Bobby, I think, accurately said, they're going to be the piñata for this entire season and the offseason. That's just the lot in life they have at this moment. But that can change. Narratives change. The story has not been fully written. So with a healthy Anthony Davis, which is always a big if, with a healthy Kyrie Irving, and we hope that he comes back healthy, and the other pieces that they have there, see what Clay has left, the Gaffords and all those guys of the world. Like, what could this team be next year? I had people on this show that Monday after that trade telling me the Mavericks could win the title this year. Now, they all got hurt, and that was the end of that. But is that the makings of a team that could contend for a championship?
I actually like this team when they're completely healthy.
Right.
Kyrie was having an outstanding season. Mm-hmm. I think Gafford made a huge step from when he was with the Wizards to come to Dallas. Lively's did another step as well.
Right.
AD in the middle, the scoring, the rebounding, the assisting, the shooting of Klay Thompson. They had P.J. Washington. We forgot about him. He's like the forgotten man. Mm-hmm. They have great pieces on that team. Nico did a good job of putting a really good team together for now. So for next year, they're going to be a contender if they're healthy.
Send me an early look at that piece. I want to see who it is.
And going back to what Boo said, like, a lot of it will just depend on where Kyrie is. He's coming off the ACL.
Ramona Shelburne, his ankle is, quote, just sore, but that the team is going to be cautious. So I always say, ask a doctor. If you don't have a doctor, ask an athlete when they see an injury what it is they see. You see that play. We all have seen that now a lot. They got to give him room. For his point, Sabonis apologized afterwards, said he felt devastated about the entire thing. When you see that, how bad did that look to you?
No, it did look bad. I mean, obviously, Sabonis didn't mean to twist his ankle, whatever, but he did come back in the game. I think you'd be very cautious with him. I also think that you want this team to be healthy going into the playoffs. They have a chance to actually repeat. Brown is back out there. This wasn't a malicious play at all by Sabonis, but for Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics, big picture, take care of the ankle, make sure he's 100% going into the playoffs.
That's what I meant. I didn't mean how bad is the play by Sabonis, to be clear. Sorry if I wasn't clear on that. I meant how bad did the injury look, Bobby, because that's where, look, the Celtics, they're in a place where they're just kind of dug into where they are. They're not going to catch Cleveland for the 1 seed. They're certainly not going to get caught by the Knicks for the 2 seed. So they're locked into where they are. So as a team, how do they handle a sprained ankle for Tatum? It looked fairly bad.
Well, the remarkable thing about Jason Tatum is he hasn't missed consecutive games all season. He's only missed 6 all year here. And I think where they are, they're locked in, as you said, in number 2. New York is not catching. They're not going to catch Cleveland. I do think you have to be cautious because I think you got to get into the playoffs in one piece. That's the end goal as far as, and I think you can win around with Jason Tatum if you had to be there. But I do think get to mid-April one piece, even if he's not in there right now.
Look, I mean, the second round of the playoffs is a very long way off. So the idea that we're talking about that even almost seems a little ridiculous. But hopefully we're nowhere near that as far as this injury is concerned. But the reality is, as we say, they're going to cruise through the rest of the regular season, wind up where they are. First round of the playoffs, they're going to get the 7 seed, whoever it is that comes out of that play-in. With no disrespect to those teams, the Celtics can handle any of them. So the next time they are in any sort of desperate position is, from this point forward, something in the vague vicinity of 2 months away.
Yeah, I agree. And also, they got so many guys.
Right.
We're talking about Porzingis is back. Brown is there. They have Holiday. They have White playing at a high level. They got Pritchard had a 40-point game a month ago. Like, they're cooking, and they're playing great defense. Even Al Horford, who I played against back in the day, is still playing great.
Right, at a high level.
At a high level.
Yeah.
They got bodies over there.
So, again, is this something to be concerned about? Probably not. Is it something worth keeping an eye on? Most definitely so. In the meantime, the game of the night.
Chào mừng các bạn đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình nhé. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục đi tô màu để cho các bạn có những phút giây thư giãn khi xem video của mình. Và để làm được video này mình cần chuẩn bị những dụng cụ như sau. Đương nhiên sẽ không thể thiếu được, đây là điện thoại để quay lại quá trình mình thao tác te. Và đây là bút sáp màu mình dùng để tô màu. Và đây là những sản phẩm được mình chuẩn bị sẵn để mình dùng để tô màu. Bây giờ mời các bạn cùng theo dõi quá trình mình tô màu và các bạn hãy ấn like và đăng ký kênh để ủng hộ mình nhé. Cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều.
Bây giờ chi tô màu như thế
Quân là có thể chứ. Quân là có thể. Quân cháu ruột này.